Hey everyone. Actually, I'm just going to double check I'm recording there because I failed the recording on one of the other times. Aha, there we go. Okay, so welcome back to Leaving Cert Mathematics. I know I haven't posted for a while, I do apologise. Now getting back into the flow of things. And this next section we will be talking about this idea of simultaneous equations. Now, what we'll be covering in terms of simultaneous equations, firstly, in this video I'll go over what simultaneous equations are, because it might have been some time since you last saw them. So I'm just going to quickly define them and show you an example. I won't go through it. I might do one maybe in the next video. But essentially just a junior cert-esque revision of what simultaneous equations are, and then how to solve three different kinds of simultaneous equations. Two of them in terms of procedures, so if we have three variables instead of two, as well as one linear and one quadratic equation, as well as simultaneous equations in context. So we're going to be putting this idea of simultaneous equations into a realistic problem. So first things first, just reminding ourselves of what a simultaneous equation is. A simultaneous equation, or a set of simultaneous equations rather, is a set of equations which I'll call n. So we have n equations with a total of n unknowns to solve for. So it's essentially a bunch of unknown information stuck inside of equations. And they usually take the form, say, x plus y is equal to 12 and x minus y is equal to 4. So this is an example of what we call a two-variable simultaneous equation. Considering we have two variables, so two things that could possibly change, namely the x and the y, which we don't know, hence they vary, and it's equal to some number, or what we call a constant. Now, these will come in different variations. We're going to have three variables, as I mentioned, and that's usually where we stop, though it does actually go a lot further. It gets a lot more complicated and procedurally a lot more challenging and annoying. So for leaving cert, we stop at three variables, which could be x, y, z, or in some other cases it's been w, x, z. All right. So in terms of how to solve these, the way that I'm going to be approaching this is a method known as the elimination method. The elimination method I will demonstrate using an example just in the next video. But if you have used a thing called the substitution method, that only really works for one kind of question. Right, I will tend to be using the elimination method for ones involving 2 and 3 variables. And the other one, which I call the substitution method, that's only going to be used for one context, and that's the one involving quadratics. So if your teacher only showed you one, do make sure to have a quick squeeze in terms of the elimination and substitution method. The former I will be demonstrating in the next video.